All right, end phase. Pass. Now it's your turn to play.
No.
Just try to special summon or activate monster effects.
No.
Just special summon from the extra deck.
What if we just target or destroy the monarchs on your side of the field?
No.
What's up guys? Welcome back to Toon, Duelists. In this video I'm going to show you some test hands of our Monarch deck profile. Now I'm super excited to show this one to you guys because in Duelists Advanced the Monarchs got a huge consistency boost, which they, to be honest, really needed. I'm not gonna show you a basic combo because for real there is nothing like a 1-card or 2-card combo. You just have to work with what you're drawing in. So we're just gonna draw some test hands to show you how this deck performs and what plays you could do. And yeah, if you haven't already, definitely consider liking and subscribing. This would really help us a lot. I know that 69% of you who are watching are not subscribing, so please consider doing it. It's free and trust me, it's worth it. So guys, without further ado, let's dive right into it. Alright guys, first test hand, let's see what we can do with those 5. Alright, that doesn't look too bad. Now the question right here is basically you have Domain, so you have the extra deck lock. Of course, Vanity's Fiend for no special summoning at all would be also great, but the search with Eidos is equally important. So of course you're going to normal summon Eidos. Then activate its effect to get another tribute summon, and you tribute Eidos to rank him up into a Monarch, so you can activate Eidos' effect to add a Monarch spell or trap. Now in this scenario you have various choices you could make. First of all, you could add Pantheism to draw 2. Our primary Monarch would be perfect for discarding, of course. Then draw 2, see what you can get, and maybe even play on. Or you could of course play it safe and get a March of the Monarchs, or what I would definitely prefer, bring out our Monarchs Erupt. So with Monarchs Erupt and Domain, you would have the extra deck lock and no monster effects on field, with just Eidos on the end field. Now this would be basically the safe version. Just search Monarchs Erupt, activate Monarchs Erupt, activate Domain, and end your turn right here. But let's just see what would happen if we activate Pantheism. But honestly, I would probably choose the safe version right here, but we want to just see what happens. Let's activate Pantheism then to draw 2 more cards. Alright, that's not too bad. We can actually now activate Testhand's effect to special summon it out on the field. And with Testhand's effect, we can immediately special summon or tribute summon, our Vanity's Fiend right here. Now we can't activate Testhand's effect because obviously we can't special summon anymore, but what we can do is banish Pantheism and show our opponent 3 cards we want to add, which in this scenario would be, or my choices would be, another Pantheism, the Monarchs Erupt, or March of the Monarchs. Because with Pantheism we could just do it again, discard a Domain and draw 2 again. Monarchs Erupt would be the Monster Negate, amazing, and March would be Protection, of course. So yeah, this would be a possible end board right here. Domain is on the field for sure. But yeah, if you played it safe, this would probably be your best version. Your end board would look quite like this. So no extra deck summoning and no monster effects right here. But the risky line would bring you to this end board where your opponent now chooses. Of course, we can just roll a dice and see what he would give us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, he would give us Monarchs Erupt. And there you have it. So as you can see, there are of course moments in this deck where your opponent has to choose, so you don't have full control of what you can get into your hand. But nonetheless a hard board to break actually, because either way he can special summon from the extra deck and he can activate monster effects. And in this line with Pantheisms, assuming he would give us Monarchs Erupt, we would even have a Vanity's Fiend right here. So a really hard board to break. Alright guys, test hand number 2. Let's see what we can do. Alright, let's see. Now, as you can see, this is a typical problem you can of course have with monarchs, that you don't have any squires, but here we are solving this problem because of course we activate tenacity, show our Eidos or our Majesty Fiend both count, and search a Monarch spell and trap, and we're gonna search the Monarch's Revolt because this can solve various problems for us. We can now discard our primary Monarch, which is already a tribute for one of those, and reveal 3 monsters. Now what you want to reveal in this case is 2 copies of Tessera and 1 Eidos. So this would be the perfect choice for this scenario because Tessera will land in the grave no matter what. And if he lands in the grave, you can bring out an Idea, Idea brings out Eidos, and you have 2 monsters and an additional tribute summon, so you can bring out both your Majesty Fiend and your Eidos for sure. If he gives you Tessera and you discard those 2, this would be even better because then you have an Eidos in the graveyard, which you can special summon once you tribute summon. Doesn't matter what our opponent does, we can't look into his head. We'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, so he gives us Tessera and those 2 land in the grave. This will activate Tessera's effect in the grave, and we can special summon out Idea, and Idea's effect will activate, and we can bring out Eidos. Eidos effect activates, we have an additional tribute summon this turn. Oh, sorry, of course this one is activated. And let's see what we can do next. We can still activate Tessera's effect, reveal Stormforth, and special summon it out as well. Now we can activate Tessera's effect, get the tribute summon to bring out Eidos. And now with Eidos we can search one of our Monarch spells and traps. We're gonna bring out Majesty's Fiend for sure, so no need for Monarch's Erupt, but of course the domain lock would be important right now. But what I would prefer in this scenario actually is, because we have a useless Stormforth right here, is to add Pantheism. Because we run 3 domain, Pantheism is a safe search for domain, so this will give us just more benefits. We activate Pantheism, we discard, we draw 2. Nice. Now next up we banish Pantheism and we show our opponent our 1, 2, 3 domains right here. We will get a domain no matter what, and we can activate domain of course. Now we still have 2 tribute summons actually, so we can bring out both the Monarchs in our hand, which is of course also what we're going to do, because next up we will bring out Ether. We use domain, reduce its level by 2, tribute Idea, bring out Ether. Now chain 1, chain 2, and actually no chain 3. Okay, chain 1, chain 2, Idea will add us back our Pantheism, and with Ether we can now dump, let's say, 1 copy of Monarch's Revolt and 1 copy of Monarch's Master Plan right here. So we special summon a Monarch from our deck, which is going to be our Erebus right here. So we still have 1 summon left, so we could bring out Majesty's Fiend. We have Pantheism back in the hand. Since we know we can bring out our Majesty's Fiend, you can now play it safe, place both, but hey, I feel lucky today. We activate Pantheism once again, draw 2. All right, that's actually pretty good. Now we can tribute our Majesty's Fiend, tribute Eidos, bring out Majesty's Fiend, activate March, and end right here. In the end phase, Erebus will be bounced back, and that's basically all we can do. Just checking the grave if I've missed something, but nope, that's it. So what is our end board? No extra deck special summoning for our opponent. We have our Majesty's Fiend, which means no monster effects no matter where, and our Monarchs can be targeted and can't be destroyed. This board is once again insanely hard to break. Of course, if he has board breakers, Feather Duster, Lightning Storm, this could be a problem, but he has to draw in them to break this board, and even if he does, you still have big beat sticks on the field. Just amazing end board once again. Alright guys, test hand number 3. Let's see. I just love pulling those test hands. It's so wholesome. No 15 minutes combos and extra deck link or synchro climbing or stuff. It's simple but so powerful. Love this deck so much. Alright, now that's also a hand you can typically draw. You have a lot of spells and no Squire in here, but we can solve this problem pretty easy. We activate the Monarch's Revolt. Our Stormforth is useless, so we get rid of it, and once again do the same thing we did in the last Testhand. We need a tribute monster, so we're gonna show 2 Tessera and 1 Eidos, because either way Tessera will land and we get Squires, and if we're lucky, if Eidos is in our hand, it's great. If it's in the grave, it's great. So no problem at all. We just roll the dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 5, 6. So he gives us Tessera, those to go into the grave. And this activates Tessera's effect, which means we can special summon from our deck 1 Idea. Idea's effect will activate, and we can bring out Eidos. And we activate Eidos' effect. So we have 2 normal summons still left. Next thing you can do is activate Tessera's effect, show one of our Monarch spells, and bring this one out on the field. Next thing you can do is activate the Monarch's Master Plan to send a Monarch spell or trap from your deck to the graveyard. This is basically always going to be your Pantheism because of course we want the search effect, or it can also be primary Monarch, but we have plenty of options right here, so no need for that. Now we can banish Pantheism for the search, and we're gonna search for either the Monarch's Erupt, and then we can show 2 Domain. Now you could also of course argue for Pantheism, but of course you don't wanna discard your March because yeah, this protects your Vanity's Fiend, and Vanity's Fiend alone can win a duel right here. We only run 1 Erupt, so it's up to our opponent. If he gives us the Domain is actually questionable. He doesn't know we have Vanity's Fiend. And so yeah, we're just gonna roll the dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to assume what he's gonna give us. He gives us Domain, so that's that. Now what you can do next is obviously tribute summon your Vanity's Fiend. You wanna tribute Idea because this now activates Idea's effect, and we can add back Pantheism. Because we don't really need Domain because he can't special summon anyway, we can also activate Pantheism to just draw 2 more cards. Alright, that didn't do too much actually. We activate March, and that's basically where we end right here. So what do we have? No special summoning for our opponent, and our Vanity's Fiend is protected, can't be destroyed, can't be targeted. So once again, even if there's not too many cards, a hard board to play around, and we still have follow-up in the form of our Stormforth and our Tessera. So we will easily special summon Tessera, and if we draw into a Monarch, we can even bring it out with Stormforth, no problem. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, definitely leave a like and a subscription. This would really help us a lot. And of course, let me know what you think about those test hands. All I can say is the Monarchs is a super fun deck to play. A very easy one too, because you don't need all the extra deck mechanics. You just have to focus on tribute summoning, which I love about this deck so much. Then as hard as it is for me to say, because I love them so much, but of course it's not a meta deck. It's a rogue deck at best, because still they die on hand traps too easy to be considered meta. But it's a super fun deck to play. And yeah, guys, let me know what you think about it. And until next time, have a good one.